Page 3. Setting a proper motivation. 3 points: refuge field, Bodhicitta field, and the purpose of this practice. Refuge field: what to visualize and how to visualize, which is the Buddha Shakyamuni, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and all the Buddhist Bodhisattvas, and all the source of refuge, who we seek as the source of blessings for us with respect to generating bodhicitta, with respect to generating the wisdom of emptiness, and how you visualize them, that they are so loving, caring, embracing. Bodhicitta field: visualize your two kind parents and all of family members, including children around you. Likewise, all the creatures, the human beings, animals, insects, hungry ghosts, the spirits, god and goddesses, hell beings here in the world, in the Milky Way galaxy, and in the entire universe. And how you visualize them, that they are like your very affectionate children, and you are like the mother, and you embrace them with total love, affection, and care. And the purpose of this practice is for us to accomplish what we seek: fearlessness, which is technically referred to as nirvana, and Buddhahood, which is technically referred to as, the infinite happiness, which is technically referred to as Buddhahood. And how to experience, how to attain these two is by removing the mental defilements. And the mental defilements are of two kinds: gross and subtle. Gross referred to as afflictive obscurations, which mainly consist of the quantum karmas and afflictions. And to go into deeper afflictions, further classified into gross afflictions, inappropriate tension, and self-grasping ignorance. And the cognitive obscurations consisting of the very subtle stains, the smell of the garlic like mental defilements, the stains left by the afflictive obscurations. And how to get rid of these is by resorting to a very powerful remedy, knowing that all these mental defilements, be it cognitive or afflictive, they're all somehow connected with the ignorance, either in the form of offshoots or the ignorance itself or the subtle stains. For this, the remedy lies in the wisdom of emptiness. So generate a very strong desire to learn what this wisdom of emptiness is, and then I eventually meditate on this to gradually feel the difference, that your mind becomes more and more fearless, and that your mental defilements somehow they become more and more loose in the sense that the tendency you can see them, they can eventually go away. And for the application of this wisdom of emptiness, we require the very powerful motivation, and particularly to get rid of the cognitive obscurations, we require the maximum, the most powerful motivation, which is the most beautiful mind of bodhicitta. And this must be driven by very powerful compassion. And the compassion towards extent you feel compassion towards others is dependent on how much you can empathize with others. For that matter, you have to have the experience of the pains yourself. For that, we require the practice of renunciation. So with this aspiration, imagine that you are leading this practice, and all sentient beings are carried along with you towards ultimate happiness. Page 3. And with great compassion, you taught the Immaculate Dharma to dispel all perverted views. To you, the Buddha Gautama, I pay homage. And with great compassion, you taught the Immaculate Dharma to dispel all perverted views. To you, the Buddha Gautama, I pay homage. And with great compassion, you taught the Immaculate Dharma to dispel all perverted views. To you, the Buddha Gautama, I pay homage. I go for refuge and am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations or practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge and turn my light into the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations or practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge and turn my light into the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations or practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Sanye joda soge jo nam lai chanjo pardo dane gyabzu che dage jin so gebe so nam ge jola penjere sanje jubare sho Sanye joda soge jo nam lai chanjo pardo dane gyabzu che Dage jinso kebe sonam ge jola penjere sanje jubare sho Sanje jola zoge jonam lai chanjo bardo dane yapso jola penjere sanje jubare sho Independent origination, there is no ceasing, no rising, no annihilation, no permanence, no coming, no going, no separateness and no sameness. I prostrate to the concept of the Buddha, the supreme among all teachers, the one who taught this peace which is free of elaborations. I prostrate to the mothers of the hearers, the Bodhisattvas and the Buddhas, which through the knowledge of path paths, courses, or helping migrants to achieve the aims of the world, and through the possession of which helps subdue us expound a variety of teachings. The one who has transformed into the reliable guide, motivated by altruism benefit sentient beings. The teacher, Sugata, and protector, to you are my prostrations. The one who has eliminated web of conceptualizations and is endowed with the divine bodies of the vast and the profound, who eternally shines forth the forever noble light rays, to you the Buddha I make prostrations. Inspired by wisdom and compassion, today in the Buddha's presence, I generate the mind of full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. Om ye dharma hetu prabhava hetum te sham dathagato yavatat Tesham chayo nirodha evam bhati mahashramanaye swaha Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum tesham dathagato yavatat Tesham chayo nirodha evam bhati mahashramanaye swaha Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum tesham dathagato yavatat Tesham chayo nirodha evam bhati mahashramanaye swaha. So we need to remember that we recite the mantras, the meanings should be reflected. It may be a little difficult initially, but it's possible. So practice it, and gradually then as you recite it, automatically meanings will come to your mind without any effort. But initially effort is required. Otherwise, the mantra becomes like a song, no meaning. Okay. All phenomena arise from causes. The causes are taught by the Tathagata. The cessation causes as well is taught by the great seer. Profound, peaceful, elaboration-free, clear light and non-composite. Such is the nectar like Dharma I've discovered. Finding no one to fathom this teaching, and silence I'll retire into words. Beyond utterance, thought, and expression is the perfection of wisdom, which is unborn, unceased, and has the nature of space. It is the object of apprehension of the self-realized wisdom. To you, the mother of the Buddhas, or 3 times IPO obeisance. The 4 seals of the Buddha's teachings. All composite things are impermanent. All contaminated things are the nature of suffering. All phenomena are the nature of emptiness and selflessness. Transcendent sorrow is peace. The Guru is the Buddha, the Guru is the Dharma, likewise the Guru is the Sangha, the Guru is the source of everything wholesome. I go for refuge to the Guru. By the sound of the vibrant drum of Dharma, you liberate all beings of miseries. I beseech you to kindly give teachings until the end of the expanse of billions eons. The Buddha does not wash the negativities of beings, nor does he remove their miseries by his hands. His spiritual realizations are not transferred to them. It is by teaching the truth of suchness that the beings are liberated. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered miseries gloom. Instructions on parting from the four attachments. If you are attached to this life, you are not a special practitioner. If you are attached to samsara, you have no renunciation. If you are attached to your own self-interest, you have no bodhicitta. If there is grasping, you do not have the view. Page 14. Praise to Shakyamuni Buddha, page 14. To the founder, the endowed transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the fourth destroyer, completely perfected, full awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme God of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the complete and full awakened one, endowed transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subdued from the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings and go for refuge. When, O supreme amongst humans, you are born on this earth, you paced out 7 strides, then said, I am supreme in this world. To you who are wise, then I prostrate. With pure bodies, formed supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the 3 worlds, win of the best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With a supreme science, face like a spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Dust free like you, the 3 worlds are not, incomparable wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior having great compassion, the Founder having all understanding, field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean, to you the Tathagata prostrate. The purity that frees from the virtues that frees them from the lower realms, the one path, the sublime pure reality, to the Dhamma that pacifies, I prostrate. Those who are liberated and also show the path to liberation, wholly feel qualified with realizations, more precepts, to you the Sangha I prostrate. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions, perform only perfect virtuous actions. Subdue your mind thoroughly. This is teaching of the Buddha. A star, a visual aberration, a flame of lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud, seeing conditioned things as such. Through this merits may sentient beings attain the rank of seeing, subdue 4 falls, and be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. Page 29, Heart Sutra. Page 29, Heart Sutra. The Perfection of Wisdom Sutra, Shiramyungpo. I prostrate to the Arya Tubal Gem. And thus did I hear at one time the Buddha was dwelling on Mars of Vulture's mountain in Rajgriha, together with a great community of monks and a great community of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Buddhist phenomena called profound illumination. Also at that time, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Avalokiteshvara looked upon the very practice of the profound illumination of wisdom and beheld those 5 aggregates also as empty of inherent nature. Then through the power of the Buddha, Venerable Shariputra said this to the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Avalokiteshvara: how should any child of the lineage who wishes to practice the activity of the profound professional wisdom train? He said that, and the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Avalokiteshvara said this to the Venerable Shariputra: Shariputra, any son of the lineage or daughter of the lineage who wishes to practice the activity of the profound professional wisdom should look upon it like this, correctly and repeatedly beholding those 5 aggregates also as empty of inherent nature. Form is empty, emptiness is form. Emptiness is not other than form, form is also not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, composite factors, and consciousness is empty. Shariputra, likewise, all phenomena are empty, without characteristic, unproduced, unstable, not deficient, not fulfilled. Buddha, therefore, in emptiness, there is no feeling, no discrimination, no composite factors, no consciousness, no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visual form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object of touch, and no phenomenon. There is no I element, and so on, up to and including no mind element and no matter consciousness element. There is no ignorance, no extinction of ignorance, and so on, up to and including no aging and death and no extinction of aging and death. Similarly, there is no suffering, origination, cessation, and path. There is no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Buddha, therefore, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and dwell in the perfection of wisdom, the mind without obscuration and thus without fear. Having completely passed beyond error, there is the endpoint of nirvana. All the Buddhas who dwell in the three times also manifested completely awakened to unsurpassable, perfect, complete enlightenment in reliance on the professional wisdom. Professional wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, unsurpassed mantra, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering should be known as truth since it is not false. The mantra of the professional wisdom is declared, Dhyata Om Gade Gade Bara Sam Gade Bodhi Swaha. Shariputra, the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva should train the profound professional wisdom like that. Then the Buddha arose from their concentration, commanded the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, Avalokiteshvara, saying, well said, son of the lineage, it is like that, it is like that. One should practice a profound professional wisdom just as you've indicated, even the Tathagatas rejoice. The Buddha having thus spoken, Venerable Sharitvatiputra, the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, Avalokiteshvara, those around there in the entirety, along with the world of gods, humans, asuras, and gandharvas, were overjoyed and highly praised as spoken by the Buddha. Dhyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhi Swaha Dhyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhi Swaha Dhyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhi Swaha Dhyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhi Swaha Dhyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhi Swaha. By the teachings of the three supreme jewels possessing the power of truth, may inner and outer hindrance be transformed, may they be dispelled, may they be non-existent, may they be pacified, may all negative forces opposed to the Dharma be completely pacified, may we be separate from problems and conditions harmful to the Dharma, may all may auspicious and perfect happiness pervade this place now. Page 35, 8 verses for training the mind. And what we said yesterday is that primarily here, while the universal compassion of bodhicitta, there is something to be cultivated through two ways. One, by mitigating the power of the non-conducive factors, and enriching the power of the conducive factors. For non-conducive factors, we see that primarily these two are ego and anger. And what can anger, including stress, and mainly stress. And so when do anger, ego, stress, when do they rise? The factors are identified, and see how to stay away from these factors, how to turn these factors over to the positivities. Then the anger, ego, they automatically subside. When they subside, it leaves room for a compassion to grow. You feel that it's so easy for compassion to grow. When these factors are there, anger, ego, there, it's so difficult to practice the compassion. And on the other hand, we need to have the two methods, the sinful cause-fed method to generate bodhicitta and the method of equalizing experience of others. So with these two methods, they are included here in the form of essence. Okay. 8 verses for training the mind by Geshe Dorji. With the determination to achieve the highest aim for the benefit of all sentient beings, which surpasses even the wish-fulfilling gem, may hold them dear at all times. Whenever I interact with someone, may I view myself as the lowest among all, and from the very depths of my heart, the spell for hold others is. And as soon as mental and emotional afflictions arise, as they endanger myself and others, may I strongly confront them and avert them. When I see beings of unpleasant character suffering, may I hold them dear, for they are ready to find, as if I have discovered a jewel treasure. When others, out of jealousy, treat me wrongly with abuse, slander, and scorn, may I take upon myself the defeat and offer to others the victory. When someone whom I have held or on whom I place great hopes misleads me in extremely hurtful ways, may I regard him still as my precious teacher. In brief, may I offer benefit and joy to all my mothers, both directly and indirectly. May I quietly take upon myself all hurts and pains of my mothers. May all this remain undefiled by the stains of the 8 mundane concerns, and may I, recognizing all things as illusions, devoid of clinging, be released from bondage. From my 2 collections, past the space that I've amassed, from working with effort in this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose wisdom eyes blinded with ignorance. 7 practice. I bow down to the youthful Arya Manjushri. You, the Buddhas, the lions amongst humans, gone to the freedom in the present, past, and future, in the worlds of 10 directions. To all of you with body, speech, and sincere mind, I bow down. With the energy or inspiration for the Bodhisattva way, with a sense of deep respect, and with as many bodies as atoms of the world, to all you Buddhas visualized as real, I bow down. On every particle of Buddha's numberless particles, each of them is a host of bodhisattvas, and I'm confident the sphere of all phenomena is entirely filled with Buddhas in this way. With infinite oceans of praise for you and oceans of sound from the aspects of my voice, I sing the breathtaking excellence of Buddhas and celebrate all of you Sagathas. Beautiful flowers and regal garlands, sweet music, scented oils and parasols, sparkling lights and sublime incense are offered to you victorious ones, the Buddhas. Fine dress and fragrant perfumes, sandalwood powder heaped high as Mount Meru, all wondrous offerings in spectacular array offered to you victorious ones. With translating offerings peerless and vast, with profound admiration for all the Buddhas, with strength of conviction in the Bodhisattva way, I offer and bow down to all victorious ones. Every harmful action I've done with my body, speech, and mind, overwhelmed by attachment, anger, and ignorance, all these are openly laid bare before you. I lift my heart and rejoice in all the merit of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in 10 directions, of solitary realizers here still training and those beyond, and of all ordinary beings. You who are the bright lights of the worlds in 10 directions, who have attained the Buddha's omniscience through the stages of awakening, all you are my guides, please turn the supreme wheel of Dharma. With palms together, I earnestly request you who may actualize parinirvana, please stay with us for aeons, numberless as atoms of the world, for the happiness well-being of all wondrous in samsara. Whatever slight merit I may have accumulated by making offering, confessing, rejoicing, and requesting that the Buddha stay and teach, I now dedicate all this for the full awakening of all beings. Or your model offering. Okay, by the way, how many of you do not know how to do this hand gesture? How many of you don't know? Okay, your name? Kukil. Kukil can learn from Ishidamala Fariza. You can learn from her. Anyone else? Okay, Rohit, Abhishek, and the Ravi, and the stuff. Okay, stuff will learn from Ben. Ben can teach all four. Yeah. Anyone else? Okay, so the anyone else? Okay, over there. Um, so Bandana, Tinza Bandana, you can teach gentleman Rohit, is it? Yes. So the Bandana will teach. You look at your teacher, raise your hand. Yes, Bandana will teach you. Anyone else? Okay. So the tomorrow when you come, you have to have this. You have to know this tomorrow. Okay, good. Okay. This ground, adorned with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, the four continents, and sun and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha felt and offer it. May all sentient beings enjoy this pure land. O Sajibke Joshi Mendo Tam Rarabne Shenyanda Gambade Sanye Shendo Mete Buvaye Dogunamda Shenlai Chubarai Shom. The four Dhammas of Venerable Kampapa. May I be blessed that my mind is directed towards the Dharma. May I be blessed my Dharma practices on the proper path. May I be blessed the path is free of flaws. May I be blessed that the flaws are seen in the light of exalted wisdom. The four Dhammas of Venerable Bhikshu Mahasattva, becoming utterly frustrated with the ignorance that grasps at true existence. Please bless me with genuine in the Annunciation, seeing all aspects of samsara as viciously repulsive. Please bless me that my mind overflows with the presence of Bodhicitta that cherishes others more than myself. Please bless me to have an immaculate experience of the wisdom of emptiness that does not see even an atom of intrinsic reality on the basis of understanding how things come into being by dependent origination through mere conditioning. Please bless me that my mind overflows with the precious wisdom of non-duality, bliss, and emptiness. Edam Guru Ranam Mendelagam Nirateyame. Okay, next, foundation of all good qualities and the roadmap to enlightenment by Lama Tsongkhapa. The foundation of all good qualities is a kind of the perfect pure Guru. Correct devotion to him is the root of the path. By clearly seeing this and applying great effort, please bless me to rely upon him with great respect. Understanding that the precious freedom of this rebirth is only found only once, is greatly meaningful and is difficult to find again. Please bless me to generate mind that as unceasingly day and night takes its essence. This life is as impermanent as a water bubble. Remember how quickly it decays and death comes. After death, just like a shadow follows the body, the results of virtuous and non-virtuous karmas follow. Finding firm and definite conviction in this, please bless me to always to be careful to abandon even the slightest negativity and accomplish all virtuous deeds. Samsaric splendors are unsatisfying and unreliable. Seeking them to draw to all suffering. Recognizing these shortcomings, please bless me to generate a strong wish for the bliss of liberation. Led by this pure thought, mindfulness, alertness, great question arise. The root of the teaching is keeping the Pratimoksha vows. Please bless me to accomplish this essential practice. Just as I have fallen into samsara, so for all mother migratory beings, please bless me to say this, train in Supreme Bodhicitta, and bear the responsibility of freeing migratory beings. Even if I develop Bodhicitta, but I don't practice the three types of morality, I'll not achieve enlightenment. With my clear recognition of this, please bless me to practice the Bodhisattva vows with great energy. Once I pacify distractions to wrong objects and correctly analyze the meaning of reality, please bless me to generate quickly within my mind stream the unified path of karma abiding special insight. Having become a pure vessel by training the general path, please bless me to enter a holy gateway of the fortunate ones, the Supreme Vajra vehicle. At that time, the basis of accomplishment through attainments is keeping pure vows and samaya. As I become firmly convinced of this, please bless me to protect these vows and pledges like my life. Then, having realized the importance of the two stages, essence of Vajrayana, by practicing with great energy, never giving up the 4 sessions, please bless me to realize the teachings of the Holy Guru. Like that, may the Gurus who showed the noble path and the spiritual friends who practice it for long lives, please bless me to pacify completely or without any hindrances. In all my lives, never separated from perfect Gurus, enjoy the magnificent Dharma by completing the qualities of the stages and the paths, may quickly attain the Sri Vajradhara. Maximum verse. You are Avalokiteshvara, great treasure of non-referential compassion, and Manjushri, master of flawless wisdom, as well as Vajrapani, destroyer of hosts of demons without exception, Sunkaba, crown jewel of the sage of the land of the snows, Losanta by air to feet and make prostrations. Kanje kebe tso ye tso kaba lo sa ta be shabla so ba de Kanje kebe tso ye tso kaba no sa ta be shab lo so ba de de je re se te me kembe wom bo jambe yang kanje kembe tso ye tso kaba lo sa ta be sham la so va de. Yorabalukiteshvara, great treasure of non-referential compassion, and Manjushri, master of flawless wisdom, as well as Vajrapani, destroyer of hosts of demons without exception, Sankapa, crown jewel of the sage of the land of snows, lost on top at your feet, and make prostrations. Generate the mind of consummate yoga. 4 things to practice. This is the main practice. First, a 5 minutes meditation. Okay, now no need of the instruction required. 5 minutes, ready. Okay. Next renunciation. For renunciation, we'll do Dharma based on the 4 seals. And as we said yesterday, today, no instruction. I'll just give you the main, the titles or the main headings, and then you have to meditate on this for like 2 minutes. Then we move to the next heading. No need to jump, simply gradually wind up what you are doing related to the first heading, and then move at your own pace to the second. Likewise, the third, fourth. Ready? Renunciation. Renunciation is to renounce miseries and not to renounce the happiness. To renounce the miseries, we need to know how to renounce the causes of the miseries. And the cause of miseries, the Buddha identified the 4. While the many causes, the root is ignorance, which the Buddha identified as primarily for misconceiving, ignorance which misconceives impermanent phenomena as permanent, ignorance which misconceives impure as pure, ignorance which misconceives miseries as happiness, and the ignorance which misconceives what is selfless nature as of selfhood. To counter each of these 4, the Buddha taught the 4 seals, primarily the first 3, and the 4th is the resultant state. First, all composite things are impermanent. All contaminated things are self in nature. Everything is nature, emptiness, selflessness. And this I will do a guided meditation. What are you doing? and meditating, and how this person who you identify as I appear to exist, like a dream that your mind is creating it, or it is so objectified, so solidly there. Yes, of course, so solidly there. This belief that I exist so solidly objectified there is referred to as the self-grasping ignorance. How do you know that this ignorance is not a valid mind? Remember, if this were to be the valid mind, remember what the Buddha Adi Nagarjuna taught. If the mirage were to be water, why not those close by the mirage see water? With a similar token of reasoning, if this self, if this person who identifies I to be existing as objective from the object, why don't I see this person as a closer to his object? Okay, now let us go close, subject the self by going closer to the self, which is technically referred to as subjecting self to ultimate analysis. Subjecting self to ultimate analysis by going closer to the object, we will just ignore all those things which are not the self. You are only interested in objective self. What is not objective self, we just ignore. Going closer to the object, going closer to the self as an object, we see, initially we see a very thin layer of the skin. This is not the self. Behind that, the fatty tissues. Behind that, the muscles, cartilages, the whole skeleton, the heart, the lungs, the liver, pancreas. All the solid parts constitute element of earth. Element of earth is not identified as objectively as the self. Ignore this. Element of water, 4 liters of blood which is pumped in and out by the heart to different parts of the body. Of course, that is not me. Element of fire, 2,600 joules of energy that the body has. Of course, that's also not me. Element of air, 4.6 liters of air that you breathe in and out through your lungs. Even that is also not objective as this I. Element of consciousness, element of space. 99.99% of our body is just vacuum. Body is nothing but made of atoms. And the atoms, the space between the nucleus and the electrons is so massive in comparison with the space opened by these individual tiny sub-elementary particles, electrons, protons, neutrons. So essentially we are like empty, but I'm not an empty person, I'm a solid person. So space is also not me. Consciousness. Even this consciousness, people can see me. They cannot see my consciousness, or they cannot see my mind. And also that I'm a male, I'm a non-male, I'm a female, I'm non-female. This gender is posited purely on the basis of the body. And yet my mind does not have this gender. Gender is posited pure on the basis of the body. So therefore this mind is also not the self. Okay. Now you have come too close to the object by subjecting the self to the ultimate analysis, and you end up seeing that none of the 6 elements is to be identified as intrinsically as the self. If these are not to be identified as intrinsically as the self, remove these 6 elements to see if the self exists as different from these 6 elements. Remove the 6 elements, what is left? Nothing is left there as a self. Yes. There is not a mental exaggeration. It's a reality that I'm discovering. Okay. So now from the object, what is there as a self? Nothing. It simply disappears. This is what I'm discovering. This is not what my mind is exaggerating. Okay, this is what the Buddha indicated as everything's nature, emptiness, selflessness. And what's the benefit of this experience? But if this is a very profound meditation, what's the benefit of that? Yes. Just as when this self is subject to the analysis, ultimate analysis, self dissolves. Likewise, if you subject all your miseries, stress, anxiety, anguish, the tears of samsara, if you subject them to the same analysis, they will likewise disappear. All the sorrows disappear. Sorrows are transcended. When the sorrow is transcended, it leaves room for the peace to dawn in your mind. Just imagine that that mental stress, they're all dissolved into emptiness, sorrow transcended, and replaced by the very profound peace dawning in you. Just generate a very strong wish. May I very soon experience this wisdom of emptiness, where all my miseries and sorrows are transcended. And this experience, this aspiration to meditate on this emptiness, where all sorrows are transcended, that aspiration is known as renunciation. This is a more subtle understanding of the renunciation. Okay, slowly come with this practice before we move to the bodhicitta. Are you ready? Bodhicitta. Stuff you can ask this question later, not today. Oh, okay. So stuff wants me to speak little slowly or slowly. That's nice. Thank you. Okay, ready? Bodhicitta. Oh, Bodhicitta, we said no instruction. Yesterday we did it with instruction. Today no instruction. Today does not speak. What do we do? With instruction, without instruction? Then tomorrow? No, if today with instruction, then tomorrow no instruction. Okay, tomorrow no instruction. Today we'll do the instruction and little slowly. Stuff, yes? Little slowly, okay. Good. The bodhicitta we practice on the basis of 4 immeasurables to reinforce your compassion. But otherwise we have the 2 main methods which we have to study, reflect, and then meditate on the basis of these 2 methods. Okay. For immeasurables, immeasurable loving kindness. Loving kindness. How good would it be that all my dear mother sentient beings are endowed with happiness and the causes of happiness. The causes of happiness primarily consisting of the most fearless mind of the wisdom of emptiness and the most appealing mind of the universally compassionate bodhicitta. May all my dear mother sentient beings be endowed with happiness and the causes of happiness. I will take the responsibility that all my dear mother sentient beings are endowed with happiness and the causes of happiness. The Buddhas or Bodhisattvas, witnessing that you're making such a courageous commitment, they're intensely happy and proud of you. This pride and happiness, like the mother, after all these many years of raising her children, today the eldest daughter just aged 12 and the eldest son just aged 11, 2 of them come to the mother, telling the mother, "Mother, please take rest. You have done everything for us for all these many years. Now we are grown up. We'll take care of you. We'll take care of all the siblings." And the mother could not believe her eyes and ears. So much joy and happiness makes the tears run her cheeks. This is exactly what is happening to all Buddhist Bodhisattvas. They feel so proud and happy to see that you make such a courageous commitment to take the responsibility of all the dear messenger beings. And this joy and happiness the Buddhist Bodhisattvas feel invoke the compassionate minds within them to send forth nectars of very soothing lights towards you and all dear messenger beings. The mere touch of lights and nectars with the bodies beings yours instills in all happiness and the causes of happiness in the minds of sentient beings and yourself. and you're witnessing such a miracle is happening to us all the human sentient beings. You're intense happy. Take 3 deep breaths, sound with relief. Next, immeasurable compassion. How good would it be that all my dear sentient beings are freed from the suffering and the causes of suffering. The cause of suffering primarily consisting of self-grasping ignorance and self-centered attitude. May all my dear sentient beings be freed from suffering and the cause of suffering. I will take the responsibility that all my dear sentient beings are freed from suffering and the causes of suffering. The Buddhas or Bodhisattvas, witnessing that you're making such a courageous commitment, their intense happiness proud of you. This pride and happiness invoke the compassionate minds to send for nectars of soothing lights towards you and ultimate sentient beings. The mere touch of lights and nectars with the bodies brings yours. Washes of all the miseries of the sentient beings yourself. And you're witnessing such a miracle is happening towards all the human sentient beings. You're intense happy. Take 3 deep breaths, sound with relief. Next, immeasurable joy. How good would it be that all my dear sentient beings are never separated from happiness and the causes of happiness that they're endowed with. May all my dear sentient beings never be separated from happiness and the causes of happiness that they're endowed with. I will take the responsibility that all my dear sentient beings are never separated from happiness and the cause of happiness that they're endowed with. The Buddhas or Bodhisattvas, witnessing that you are making such a courageous commitment, they are intense happy and proud of you. This pride and happiness invoke their compassionate minds to send forth nectars of soothing lights towards you and all ultimate sentient beings. The mere touch of lights and nectars with the bodies beings yours stabilizes the happiness and the causes of happiness that the beings are endowed with. And you witnessing such a miracle is happening towards all of the sentient beings. You're intense happy. Take 3 deep breaths, sound with relief. Next, immeasurable equanimity. How good would it be that all my dear sentient beings are freed from the biased attitude of excessive attachment towards some and aversion towards others. Instead, abide in the great state of equanimity, embracing all other dear sentient beings with total love and affection, leaving none aside. May all my dear sentient beings be freed from the biased attitude of excessive attachment towards some and aversion towards others. I will take the responsibility that all my Dharma sentient beings are freed from the biased attitude of excessive attachment towards some and aversion towards others. The Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, witnessing that you're making such a courageous commitment, the intense happy and proud of you. This pride and happiness invoke their compassionate minds to send forth nectars very soothing lights towards you and all Dharma sentient beings. They mere touch of lights and nectars with the bodies beings yours. Frees the beings from the biased attitude of excessive attachment towards some and aversion towards others, and instead making them abide in the great state of equanimity, embracing all other dimensions with total love and affection, leaving them aside. And you're witnessing such a miracle is happening to us all the dimension beings. You're intense happy. Take 3 deep breaths, sound with relief. Underscoring all the four immeasurables is unconditional love towards all the beings. Avoiding the experience of the unconditional love for a while. With folded hands, let us make this Buddhist commitment 3 times wholeheartedly. Even if it becomes superficial, it doesn't matter. This is the meaning of practice. Initially, like practicing music, practicing keyboard. Initially, though you mimic your teachers as to what keys to press, only noise comes out. This is so superficial, still no music comes out. It's noise. Do it more, practice more. Gradually, it becomes a beautiful music. This is meaning of practice. Though at the moment, what we practice seems so superficial, which may not resonate with our innate, spontaneous thinking. But through practice, through constant practice, this will become real. That's a part of the practice. With this mind, let us wholeheartedly make this Buddhist commitment 3 times together. May I become Buddha for the benefit of all my dear mother sentient beings. May I become Buddha for the benefit of all my dear mother sentient beings. May I become Buddha for the benefit of all my dear mother sentient beings. Abide in this most beautiful mind of bodhicitta. And this will drive your mind to follow the path, gade, gade, para samgade, and eventually to the bodhisvaha, the full awakening. Your Buddha nature becomes like a fully radiating, blazing sun, illuminating every atom of the universe, every sentient being, where you are not at all hampered by any other external factors. Therefore, no factors create fear in you. You become fearless, and your mind becomes infinite, expansive. No obstacles stop. It feels infinite joy and happiness. Slowly transform this beautiful mind of the bodhicitta into a spotlessly clean moon disk, horizontally sitting with the heart. Okay, that's amazing that you made such a courageous commitment to become Buddha for the benefit of demonstration beings. But remember, no matter how much you squeeze in a handful of sand, no oil comes out. Yes, I know that. My mind is not like the handful of sand, it's like a handful of sunflower seeds, squeezing which oil does come out. I have the Buddha nature within me. All sentient beings, all my dear sentient beings have the Buddha nature. If this were the case, why not? It is manifested, it is awakened since time immemorial till now. Yes, that's true. It's all because that till today, I'm being deceived by the two demons, self-grasping, ignorant, self-centered attitude. And I thought that these two are my best of the friends. And today, for the first time, I'm disillusioned by these two. Now I realize that these are the worst of my enemies. I will do everything to exterminate these two. What are you going to do to exterminate these two? I'm going to resort to a very powerful remedy. What is that remedy? Non-dual wisdom of the Arya Bodhisattvas. What is that like? So let's quickly meditate and retrieve the experience of meditation, which we did as the third seal as part of the four seals. Okay, what are you doing? I'm meditating. And how does this person which appear as I, which you refer to as I, appear to you as objective real or like a dream that is projected in mind? Of course, so objective real, so solidly there, not at all like mental projection. This belief is the self-grasping ignorance. This is the core, the root of all the miseries. But how do we know that this is ignorance, that this is not a valid mind? If this were the valid mind, how to evaluate it? Remember what Nagarjuna taught. If the mirage were to be water, were not those close by the mirage see water? With a similar token reasoning, if this self which I identify as I would exist objectively, what I don't see this self as a go closest object, or you go close to the object, we just end up seeing the six elements, the solid parts of the body, the heart, the lungs, the whole skeleton, and so forth. Element of water, the blood. Element of the fire, the body heat. Element of air, 4.6 liters air that you eat, that you breathe in and out through your lungs. Element of space, an element of consciousness. Okay, none of these six elements are to be seen as intrinsically as the self. Remove them. What is left there as the self? Nothing. Given that the possibility for the self to exist intrinsically or objectively is ruled out by ruling out these two possibilities, what is left now? That the self is just empty. Objectively, the self is empty. That is left. Stay in this experience for a while. And slowly transform this most fearless mind of the wisdom of emptiness into a spotlessly clean, thumb-size white vajra, vertically sitting at the moon desk at your heart. Okay, that's amazing. Now you have the blaze of non-dual bodhicittas. Non-dual, moon symbolic of the conventional bodhicitta to exterminate the self-centered attitude. Vajra symbolic of the ultimate bodhicitta, which is the non-dual wisdom of the Arya Bodhisattvas. This will get into the exterminate all the mental defilements, and thereby you're going to experience a fearlessness and infinite happiness, and having the capacity, to save all the beings endowed with three perfect qualities: perfect love, perfect knowledge, and perfect power. Okay, meanwhile, let us not forget that your parents, your family members, including children, and all the Dharma sentient beings, they are suffering. Invoke this incredibly powerful, great compassion towards the beings, all sentient beings. And this compassion that you've generated invokes the Vajramunidyoga heart to multiply infinite number of times. And share one set of Vajramon at the heart of your mother, one set with the heart of your father, one set with each one of your family members, including children, one with each of the sentient beings here in Deer Park, in India, in your own country, in the entire ocean, all the oceans. How many trillions and trillions and trillions of creatures are there? They all get a share of the Vajramon from you. Likewise, all the trillions of creatures in the wilderness, they all get a share of Vajramon from you. Likewise, all the creatures, the beings in the Milky Way galaxy, and then in the entire universe. Amazing, you've been so kind to share this Vajramon with all the Dharma sentient beings. Meanwhile, let us not forget that all Buddhist Bodhisattvas, they are watching us. Why not we request and invite all Buddhist Bodhisattvas to be our guest and witness to our undertaking the ceremony to take the expression Bodhisattva vow. For that matter, let us slowly stand up, along with all dear mothers and sentient beings, to make request to all Buddhist Bodhisattvas. Okay, those of us who have knee problems, for you, there's no need to sit on your knees. Just sit comfortably on the chairs or whatever position more comfortable. And for those who have no problem with the knees, you can sit on the right knees when taking the aspiration Bodhisattva vow. Page 50, page 50. Okay, now that we already know the meanings of these verses, let us try to invoke the meanings as we recite the verses to make sure that what we're doing is very extremely beneficial, meaningful, and purposeful. Okay, visualize all Buddhist Bodhisattvas in front of us. And as you have requested, they came just for that purpose. Imagine that you as a little girl, age 5, or as a little boy, age 5, for the first time in your life, you're making a public appearance on behalf of your school. And your parents, whatever they have to do that day, they will just leave behind everything and come to give you moral support in the public, as audience, waving their hands to you, saying that we are here. We're so proud of you. This is exactly what all the Buddhist Bodhisattvas are feeling today. That you are taking the aspiration Bodhisattva vow like a little child for the first time in your life, making a public appearance on behalf of your school. And all the Buddhist Bodhisattvas, like your parents, they come just to witness what you're doing as you requested. They are so particular, so precise, so particular to be with you that yes, we are here. We are witnessing what you're doing, and we are your the witness, and you feel so happy and proud with this mind. And you, as a very responsible little girl, little boy, you encourage all your siblings to join you in this celebration, in this journey of enlightenment, to remove all the mental defilements, and thus to stop all the tears of samsara. And all the dear mother sentient beings, like your own siblings, small siblings, they all come to join you. So with this mind, let's wholeheartedly say the first verse three times. And actually, it has the total 5 verses, but what that I have is only 3. So this needs to be updated. So we'll do the 3. I go for refuge to the Triple Gem. I confess the negativities individually. I rejoice in the virtues of all the beings. I hold the precious Buddha in my heart. I go for refuge to the Triple Gem. I confess the negativities individually. I rejoice in the virtues of all the beings. I hold the precious Buddha in my heart. I go for refuge to the Triple Gem. I confess the negativities individually. I rejoice in the virtues of all the beings. I hold the precious Buddha in my heart. Gurus, Buddhas, and Bodhisattvas, please be here to me. Just as the previous Buddhas have generated the mind of bodhicitta, and just as they successfully dwell in the Bodhisattva practices, likewise for the benefit of all sentient beings, I will generate the mind of bodhicitta, and likewise shall I do successful train the Bodhisattva practices. Gurus, Buddhas, and Bodhisattvas, just as previous Buddhas have generated the mind of bodhicitta, and just as they successfully dwell in the Bodhisattva practices, Likewise, for the benefit of all sentient beings, I will join the Mother Bodhicitta and Lavashala to successful train the Bodhisattva practices. Gurus, Buddhas, and Bodhisattvas, please pay heed to me. Just as the previous Buddhas have generated the Mother Bodhicitta, and just as they successfully dwell the Bodhisattva practices, likewise for the benefit of all sentient beings, I will generate the Mother Bodhicitta and Lavashala to successful train the Bodhisattva practices. Just feel the joy of having received the aspiration Bodhisattva vow. And just imagine that all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, they're so proud of you today over what you've done and all these innumerable lifetimes. What they're expecting is that you do something, you shun we shun the negativities, and therefore we don't have to shed tears. We won't go through the agonizingly painful experiences. And what they wish us to do is just embrace the causal virtues. On the contrary, we shun the causal miseries, and we're deprived of miseries all the time. And today, what you did is something which is totally unexpected. And all the Buddhas was like the two parents. They feel so proud. For example, the school principal, after all these many years of sending complaints to the mother, and the mother always tired of listening to the complaints from the school principal with respect to your two children, you as a little daughter and the little son. And today school principal comes. Again, the mother is very apprehensive. Again, what kind of complaints? The school principal, no. We came here to congratulate you. For what? That your daughter and your son, two of them appointed the best students of the school for this year. And the mother could not believe her eyes and ears. After all these many years of feeling so tired of listening to the complaints, and today she's hearing something so pleasant. This is exactly what happens to all Buddhist Bodhisattvas. They are so proud of what you're doing today. This pride happens, all Buddhist Bodhisattvas feel, invoke the Vajramun at their hearts to multiply infinite number of times. Like rain shower, they descend to merge for the one that visualizes their heart, thereby blessing, becoming non-dual and stabilized. Likewise, all these replicas, infinite number of replicas of Vajramun from the hearts of the Buddhist Bodhisattvas, they descend to merge with the one that you visualize the heart of all the sentient beings, with the Vajramun at the heart of all sentient beings, thereby becoming blessed, non-dual and stabilized. It's amazing. This is the best way by which to repay the kindness of your parents, kindness of the parents of all the past lives. And today, you made this presents, gifts to them to repay the kindness. And of all the activities or offerings that you can make to Buddhist Bodhisattvas, the Buddha declared that one moment of generated compassion far excels the gift of the whole universe filled with gems and offered to Buddhist Bodhisattvas. If this were the case, what the matter of our having taken the aspect of Buddhist vow? And today you have gifted them, you have made the greatest offerings to all the Buddhist Bodhisattvas. And with your own life, there's nothing greater, there's nothing more purposeful than what you did today, and you've given such a meaning to your life. And all these wonders are happening because of the blessings of all the Buddhist Bodhisattvas. As a gesture of thanking them, let us again stand up to make 3 prostrations to all Buddhist Bodhisattvas. Along with all demon sentient beings. Okay, please take your seats. Let us turn to page 51. A quick reminder that what we practice, yes, indeed, we are very fortunate that we get the chance to practice bodhicitta, wisdom, emptiness. And then what about the future lifetimes that we come in contact with the Dharma, number one. Number two, that having having met with the Dharma, then how to rigorously engage in the Dharma. Two things. One, including in the form of very powerful prayer, and number two, in the form of connecting your bodhicitta practice with mentors with joy. So that in future lifetimes, the moment you hear the word bodhicitta, wisdom, instant joy will be triggered. So this will make you the jump into the practice of bodhicitta with some emptiness without any second thought. Okay, so somebody likes to close the curtains there, Ravi. Okay, Indraniji, you may sit at the back on the chair. Okay, now open it. People need the light. Eri, you need light without night. Okay, now it's fine. Wow. Ravi is a great manager. Ravi, thank you. Thank you, Ravi. Very thoughtful. Good. Not only thoughtful, skillful and talented. Okay. So with this in mind, page 51, wholeheartedly let's say this. Throughout my future lifetimes, may I always be guided by the compassion of Buddha and be able to uphold the two precious bodhicittas even at the cost of my life. Throughout my future lifetimes, may I always be guided by the compassion of Buddha and be able to uphold the two precious bodhicittas even at the cost of my life. Throughout my future lifetimes, may I always be guided by the compassion of Buddha and be able to uphold the two precious bodhicittas even at the cost of my life. In order to further increase this bodhicitta from now on, those with discernment who have lucidly seized and awakened the mind of bodhicitta in this way should highly praise in the following manner. Today my life has been born fruit. Having well obtained this human existence, I've been born in the family of the Buddha and now one of Buddha's children. Thus, whatever actions I do from now on must be in accord with the family. Never shall it disgrace or pollute this noble and unsullied race. Just like a blind man discovering a jewel in the heap of rubbish, likewise by some coincidence an awakened mind has been born within me. It is the supreme ambrosia that overcomes the suffering of death. It's the inexhaustible treasure that eliminates all poverty in the world. It is that quells the world's disease. It is a tree that shelters all beings wandering and tired on the path of conditioned existence. It is a universal bridge that leads to freedom from unhappy states of birth. It is a dawning moon of the mind that dispels the torment of disturbing conceptions. It is a great sun that finally removes the misty ignorance of the world. It is a quintessential butter from the churning of the milk of Dharma. For all those guys traveling on the path of conditioned existence who wish to experience the boundless happiness, this will satisfy them with joy and it shall place them in the supreme bliss. Today, in the presence of all the protectors and by all the world to be guests at a festival of temporary and ultimate delight, may gods, demigods, all be joyful. Okay, that's in prayer. I dedicate the marriage that's gathered towards the realization of these in the prayers of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of 3 times, and to the upholding of the doctrine of scripture and insight. Men all lives through the force of this merit, never separate from the four wheels of the Mahayana vehicle, and accomplish all the stages of the path, renunciation, bodhicitta, perfect in the 2 stages. From our 2 collections, vast the space that have amassed from working with effort at this practice for a great length of time, may I become the shield breathing Buddha for all those whose minds express minds blind of ignorance. Okay, now who has these 4 wheels of the Mahayana vehicle? Who has risen? Who has? Risen? Who has? Who has the 4? We said yesterday, right? Yesterday, before yesterday. Okay, it doesn't matter. Then Shugila, you have the 4, not on the footnotes. Footnotes, you should have seen that yesterday, right? Okay, anyone on your fingertips? Okay, Wichengla. The 4, just sits. Mike.
Conducive to be endowed with conducive environment to practice the path and to have an abundant accumulation of merit and to make suitable aspirational prayers.
Very good, thank you. So we say, what is that put in the footnote? I told you yesterday, if the footnote is not there, people will just bombard me with questions. What are the 4 wheels? With the footnote, you cannot ask me. It's already there, and you don't even look at it. You're getting it? Okay, so it's very easy to ask, but putting effort is a little difficult. So what I would suggest is, these are what I personally feel is that it builds what is known as enthusiasm, effort. Enthusiasm, effort, if you don't have these, you cannot reach the desired goal. Forget about Buddhahood. Even the mundane goals you will not attain. So this is something that, and then don't feel shy. Oh, that's very true. I'm so bad. No, don't. Just build a habit. Build a habit. Put the first step. Build a habit, and gradually you'll feel the joy. Will feel joy that all these things you will never keep pending. You'll do them right on the spot. For example, in Tibet House, all the young staff, I say, okay, this will be done, and the person, right, so actively will say, I'll do it tomorrow. Why tomorrow? Why do it now? Right? And we need to call this person. Yes, sir, I'll do it tomorrow. Why tomorrow? Call it right now. So that's how we build a good habit of effort and joyous effort. Okay, for example, say your birthday. For example, tomorrow is the birthday, and if your parents said, okay, we will do it next month, would you happy? Why next month? Why not tomorrow? You're getting it? So when there's joy, you just like to do it right away. So this is doing on the spot, doing the right away. This is the habit that we need to build. Let's not forget it, all of us. In other words, don't leave this footnote as footnote. You're getting it? To make them as your own information, your own knowledge. Okay. Deata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhiswaha Deata Om Gate Gate Paragate Diswaha Tyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhiswaha. So what are the 4 wheels of the mind of practice? Number 1, praying. Make a very strong prayer that in the future lifetimes that you be born in a conducive environment for Dharma practice. Number 1, this is very important to include in our. So these footnotes is not just for the sake of footnote, it's for us to do on a daily basis that we pray that in future lifetimes. I told you that some of my friends, after coming in contact with the Nalanda studies, to meet with these teachings of the great Nalanda masters. They said that, how come that I did not come in contact with this teaching early in my life? That I meet with this teaching only late in my life. Why? So for this, which is better, to meet with these treasures early in life or late in life? Early in life is better. So we have to make the prayer. For that matter, we require to be born in a conducive environment where the Dharma is easily accessible, number one. Then number two, to meet with authentic teachers, number two. Then number three, that for all these things, in order for you to continue the journey, we require enormous merit. So don't just pray that may I able to accumulate merit. Accumulate merit yourself. Accumulate, don't pray. You're getting it? So accumulating enormous merit. Then this merit, which direction you're going to divert it towards the Dharma form, then we include in the form of very powerful aspiration prayer that I'll be able to generate bodhicitta, I'll be able to experience emptiness with the proper study, reflection, meditation. This is very sad. Say some people, they come in with these teachings and then they easily divert. They think that something is better somewhere, So because Nalanda, this is testified the last over 2,000 years. This is so precious. They end up going somewhere else. And then after a few years, they come back and they regret. All the people who who the person started with at the same time, they have now shot up with a very good knowledge, experience, meditation, and you're just lagging behind. This is very unfortunate. So the meditating, you require a lot of merit that to sustain this path. Then to the merit accumulation, and then the prayers. This merit directed towards what? Directed towards the practice, not directed towards mundane successes. Because the merit is like the money you have, say enough money given by your parents, and then what for? You're going to use it for your own studies or for indulgence. That's up to you. If you use it for indulgence, you have to terminate your studies. If you use it for studies, then you cannot go for indulgence because there's only one. So likewise, this enormous merit that you gathered, what for? You're going to use it and pray that it'll be used for the purpose of generating bodhicitta, generating wisdom of emptiness, to serve the sentient beings in full form by becoming enlightened. So these four. What is number one? To be pray, to born the conducive environment, to meet with the authentic teachers. Number three, to accumulate enormous merit in this life. Then number four, include a very powerful prayer, aspiration prayer, that all these merit that I accumulate be directed towards meeting with the Dharma, practice of Dharma, generating bodhicitta, generating wisdom of emptiness, and be of service to the sentient beings. Okay, good. 3 prostrations.